Hello, my name is Scott for SBGaming and welcome back to Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. We're currently in the process of setting up Dunwich, so let's get back to it. Now, we want line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. Alright, that's going to be the local route. This is the route there, and that is there. So now, line 3, we're going to go from here over to here. This one we are going to go from here over to there. This one we are going to go from, actually we're going to be from here over to here, and this is going to be whatever line this is going to be. Southgate to Askern was 04, so this is going to be 05 F Askern to Dunwich. Alright, bet that. This is going to be RF Dunwich ConMat. This is RF Dunwich Stone. And then this is going to be RF Dunwich RT1. We're going to run this from here up to here and then up to there. So we got those set up. And now just a matter of setting up some trucks on the various lines. First off, we are going to depot a bit there. We are going to put another depot. Actually, we already have a depot there. Nice. Alright, so we are going to buy a road vehicle, horse wagon, Dunwich Stone, and on the Dunwich Stone we are going to set it to full load, and for reasons unlimited. And then on the ConMat we want full load and then unlimited. Over here we might as well do the same thing, unlimited, and that one's fine. So we are going to buy a horse wagon and Askern to Dunwich, buy another one for Dunwich ConMat, and another one for Dunwich RT1. So what that will do, of course, is now that that is connected, once these detect the network connections, they will, of course, see all this extra demand. The construction materials plant, definitely, although we will have to increase the frequencies of these lines in order for them to really pick that up, because frequency does matter. And over here, it looks like the production's up to 1176. It has 1100 potential, 116 stored. We have 57 units sitting here. This is at 56. Oh, that makes that a little bit more of an efficient path. Gotta love how the game decides the pathing. And we got a lot of fuel sitting here. So what I'm going to do is we are going to buy road vehicles for the 3F line. And we might as well buy some for the 2F line. Siding, Upton transfer, Upton transfer, Nice exchange. And it looks like we've really eaten through the supply here. We have this ship coming in with 32 units and this ship coming in with 43 units. So that will allow that to recover. How are we doing financially wise though? So in the previous year where we had that big money, $3.83 million, we had $2 million in new vehicles and a loss of 113K, which is not that bad. We are up to construction costs of 832K. That includes, of course, the run going over here to Dunwich and likely, although I'm not sure offhand, no, that might have just been to Dunwich, plus this set of roads in here. We have 261K in new vehicles. We have 1.47 million in running costs. And there will be 2 more months of running costs in this total here. We have, so about probably another, we'll probably be up to about 1.77 million in running costs. Income 2.58 million, although yeah, that's a little bit down on last year's big money earning. Water is a bit down. Road is very close to where it should be. So that is something. Yeah, it looks like there's not as much oil. So yeah, our water lines are not doing as strongly. We got nothing sitting here. This ship is waiting. Head out and just, yep. I can understand why it is. Losing us money since, of course, it's not flowing. And we have a ship here, 50 units. There are still 6 sitting there. And we have a vehicle, of course, that is getting close to its lifespan. We don't have anything flowing here. How is our finances? Oh, wow. We're barely, and of course that's because a lot of these vehicles are hitting their age limit. A few of these have gone over, which means, of course, our finances, and on top of that, this is a one-way line, so yeah, about that. Over here, doing pretty good. We've got a lot of stuff to haul. Let's repay 500,000. Oh, bother. Yeah, let's repay it. Now, we want to buy a couple for the Salterton food line and a couple for the Salterton RT1 line. Just to get some of this flowing out of here. How's fuel doing there? Fuel looks fine. This is only on a limit of 400. Really? Production of 80. It's seeing no potential for crude oil. This thing has 4 units stored. 3 units stored. It's hauling 4. Yeah, we definitely need faster, higher capacity vehicles to really saturate the lines. And it is 1868. We have just under, we're just in the negatives right now. So that is something. We made a profit of 150K last year. Yeah, that we know that already. We got very close. Actually, no, never mind. We were 500,000 down from last year's or the previous year's income. Our road income has gone up about 180k, and our water income dropped by 600k. But we did make a profit overall of 151k. If we hadn't had the new vehicles, we hadn't had the construction costs, that would be another 1.16 million roughly. So yeah, about that. $5 million in loans. We're kind of somewhat treading water, although we are ramping things up considerably. Let's buy a couple for the 04 line. And that's the 04 line, yep. And we got lots of stone accumulating here, so we might as well get this on the road. Let's buy a bunch of vehicles and Dunwich stone. And they're going all the way into here. ConMat line. Actually, did we? Yeah, that's been kicked off already. So this has made 2 trips already, or will be making the 2nd trip. So yeah, we kind of should have come back here and just checked up on things. And we're going to buy horse wagons, Dunwich stone. We're going to want another one for Dunwich ConMat. Alright, so this is seeing a potential of 0. And this is producing and seeing a potential of 616. We'll have to ramp this line up. So, yep. If the line is too infrequent in this case, you're going to struggle to see the demand, which of course means you're not going to get the ramp up of goods that you need. And alright, we are going to want to buy road vehicles, horse wagons, set line, Dunwich ConMat. Let's just throw that there. And we want this here. We want to put this over here and buy road vehicles. We are going to buy another Dunwich stone. You want to buy 2 from here. Dunwich ConMat. Buy another Dunwich ConMat. And these are returning back onto the line, so we won't need to put any more on that vehicle, on that line quite yet. And these are running back here, so we're not going to have to put any on here quite yet. Where's that one going? Oh, that one has... Alright. That has returned back here. Alright, we have 5 stone waiting here. Let's put another one on the ConMat line. And that has 3 of 4. There we go. It is April 1868, 309k in the bank. We're doing pretty good. I would like to pay a few more millions off the loan. How are we doing so far? Income of 1.13 million. We've gone through almost 4 months, which is 3. We're on track for about the same amount of income. Although it looks like our road income may be a bit higher. Of course, with that said, we've added an additional couple road freight lines. So of course we are. And so we have 5 units sitting here. we are going to buy a couple vehicles. Dunwich ConMat. 2 more, Dunwich ConMat. And over here we have this vehicle coming in. And we have another one there. Let's throw another one on Dunwich Stone. Let's buy 2 and put it on Dunwich ConMat. Buy a 3rd and Dunwich ConMat, since our next vehicle coming back the other way is over here. And how are these lines? 61 seconds and 48 seconds. We have 9-minute frequency on that. You know, just because... no, we're not going to. Although... Dunwich ConMat. Dunwich ConMat. 1 stone there. That's going to be fine. So 52 seconds and 48 seconds frequencies. We're in a good balance right there. We have a year and a half before new vehicles come about, so we might want to hold off spending too much more money on vehicles we'll eventually have to upgrade, although we don't have to actually upgrade them. It's generally a good idea, especially up until the Ford Model 77 or whatever version of vehicle is the Ford Model 77. Looking at my list, I suspect the equivalent is the 40 km/h Benz, which comes out in 1912. After the horse cart, which is coming up in a year and a half, we have the DMG Canstat, and then the Benz after that. The DMG Canstat is an 1890 vehicle. Then we have the Opel Blitz coming in at 1935, and then the MAN 19.304 is 1935. And that looks to be equivalent to a smaller Peterbilt. 16 capacity versus the 16 capacity versus 19 of the Peterbilt. It has an 80 kph speed, which is equivalent, and it doesn't expire. So yeah, about that. We got lots of livestock sitting here. That's not surprising. We are going to buy some more horse wagons for the West Malling line. Get that stuff delivered, and these are going to West Malling Freight Local. And that's a nice 22 sitting there. We have 10 food coming back the other direction. And it looks like we have oil. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. About that. So what we might as well do... is it going to pick up both, or is it going to just focus on one? Ideally it picks up both. Yep. And then it heads out. Kind of want to put a second vehicle on the line. Or third, actually. We have $600K, which we are going to repay. We're down to $4.5 million in loans. Right now, we're kind of sitting in a good position. We have food wanting to go to Upton RT1 and food Upton RT1, yep. So what I'm going to do is we are going to buy a few horse carts, and we are going to put it onto the Upton RT1 line. We are going to send you not to Upton Sidings, Upton Transfer. And we are going to buy a new horse cart. Oh, bother. Upton RT1. And we actually want you to... Don't bother. Ah! Yeah. Yeah, come back to here. Jeez. Alright about that. And sure. I don't care. We have a negative balance right now. It is beginning of October. Looking at the income, we have $1.3 million in water income and 1.38 in road income. We're up to 2.72 million. We have 2.5 months remaining, so it's entirely possible we'll meet or exceed our existing income. Road is definitely going to. Whether water can keep up as well is all to be seen. Well, let's buy another ship. Zoroaster. Not enough money. Maybe we can 225. Westmoreland. And what I'm going to do is we're going to buy another horse wagon. Salterton oil. Another one. Another two. Salterton oil. And you are... No, no, no. Come back here. That's right. You... I do not want you to go all the way back here, although I suspect... Did I set this up? Westmoreland, yep, I did. You got 12 and 18. Which are you going to pick up next? I suspect it's going to go with a full load of crude oil. That is interesting. The crude oil is shipping over on that line to get over to here. Really, the oil is going to take that long distance. That refinery, or not the refinery, the oil well is seeing that kind of... Sure. If you're going to give me lots of stuff to deliver, then I'll say, fine. Be like that. It is December. We are going to buy a couple more road vehicles. Westmoreland to Upton. And we got 44 livestock sitting here. You're bringing back 2 food. Yeah, this must be really, really supplying Salterton. It's only at 64%. We're going to hold off buying any more ships than we necessarily have to. But we have a pretty good setup here. Yeah, if the oil wants to make it all the way over to here, then let it. It just means more money for us over the long run. Let's buy some horse wagons and set it to not the Quarry line. You, I need you to go not to there. ConMat line. You. ConMat line. And how are we doing down here? Well, we got lots of ConMat, so let's buy some road vehicles for the Dunwich RT1 line. And we have 10 sitting here, so let's put 2 on the Askern to Dunwich line. That will ramp up the frequency, which will encourage, of course, them to flow goods going that way. Let's buy a couple for the Stone line, and we have 1 more year until the horse cart becomes available. I will take a look at the income in a moment. We are going to set this to Dunwich ConMat. Alright, so we made a total of 665k in profit. We had 954k in new vehicles. We had no construction costs. Pretty much just, yeah, ramping up the number of vehicles. We have $1.91 million in running costs, $3.84 million in income. We met last or 2 years income ago, so that is something. Road income really ramped up, and it looks like water income is dipping a bit, although it was better than last year. So overall, a much better year. We had, yeah, 500,000 less in loans. And exactly how much did we possibly could have paid off another loan, although I doubt it. And we are going to buy a couple of these for the Askern line. And only fuel going, or food going back the other direction. Over here we have stuff wanting to go to Southgate. Set to Southgate. And now we have livestock wanting to go up that way. Previously we had livestock coming this way, and now we have livestock going back the other direction. Yep, don't care about that. And we are accumulating the fuel here. We have 54 and 37. That's a little bit unfortunate. Let's hold off. I kind of want to save some money for the upgrades that are to come. Although, let's get some more vehicles on the 01 line. So we got a lot of oil, a lot of fuel, a lot of food sitting on that line. A lot, relatively speaking. And this is going to pick up 2 and 1. That's unfortunate. Let's repay 500,000. We are down to $4 million in loan. We are not quite where we were at the lowest point, which was $3.5 million. Although with that said, we started off with $2 million in loans overall, so yeah, about that. Yeah, we got lots of ConMat here. We don't have money. Let's buy one for the Dunwich RT1 line. Ramp the frequency up on that. And let's put one on the ConMat line. Another on the ConMat line. Over here, how are we doing? We're kind of holding things firm. Keeping things relatively balanced. We have extra stone accumulating here. And Quarry. 61, yep, that's fine. Now, if we take a look at the towns, the population, the biggest one is Wickwar. Really, Wickwar. Then we got Worksop. Askern is 508. It's over here. Then we have Grays at 495. Salterton at 489, Godalming at 462, Kings Lynn at 443, Seaton at 441, Kirkby in Ashfield. You know what? We're going to rename that to be Kirkby. Yeah, about that. Kirkton in Lindsay. You're just going to be renamed Kirkton. Or Curtin. And new vehicle. South Kirby and Moonthorpe. You. We are going to call you South Kirkby. Because reasons. Harworth and Burcoats. You're just going to be called Harworth. Because reasons. And that shrinks the size of this. So about that. Down here, Northwich, Northampton, Kingham, Ludgershall, Kempston. Upton is 190. Wow, yeah. 196 for Dunwich. Some of the ones that we are starting with are a little bit small. Yeah, about that. And if we take a look at the production, Westmalling Farm has a 200 production. Wow, Salterton Oil Refinery is down to 112. Oh, wait a minute. Dursley Oil Refinery, 112. Okay, so this is the real world, or these are the original games numbers where we'd be at. 800 and 800, that makes sense. 3200, multiply this by 4, because of course we're running the 4 times slower mod. So this, yeah, a production of 112 is 448. Westmalling Farm, production of 200. Limit of 200. Is that going to upgrade? No upgrade or downgrade scheduled. Yeah, it's hard with these numbers here, like the 800, 448. This seems really impressive until you realize it's only 112. Gray's Oil Well, 108 of 800. Those have really declined. We really don't want them to be declining. Although with that said, once we do get the next set of vehicles coming up in half a year, we will of course be able to ramp things up further, because we'll get faster vehicles as well as more capacity, which just leads to more profit overall. You carry more, which means of course you make more on the total journey, and you of course raise the speed, which means it raises the ticket price, and you get there faster. We have 600k. We are going to repay another 500,000, and we got food going back the other direction. Really? Wow. That's epic. Is food from over here actually making its way all the way down here and trying to supply into Salterton? Alright, well, if you want to ship it, we will deliver it. And what's on that one? That has 4 livestock. So yeah, the farm over here is producing for the food processor over there. I don't actually care. You know, if you want to see lots of demand for goods, that just means we have more stuff to transport. I have to say, nope. I've been watching Skystorm's latest ep8 series, and while he's done reasonably well when it comes to getting some decent profits, I don't know which year he is currently at, but he is in the Canstad era. He has the not the Borsig, the one after that. He has the Prussian that comes after that, after the Borsig, and then I think the T3 recently came out with his latest episode. Of course, you won't be watching this episode until whatever day this one goes out. So I might be a little bit behind in that regards. But yeah, he had some trains going, he had his shipping lines, and he was making pretty decent money, but a lot of his deliveries were one directional. Like, if he was supplying to here, he'd only be delivering in that direction and that direction with only fuel. He hadn't branched off into food, he hadn't branched off into construction materials, wasn't even branching off into anything other than just ramping up the fuel and just getting the fuel set up. So it's really, really restricting his profitability. And right now, we're doing reasonably well. We're up to $2.58 million. It's only August. Yeah, I don't have trains, but I don't think I really need trains at the moment. And right now it's 1869. In my original series, the USA Freeplay series, I think I was out of debt by around this time. I was getting close to it, pretty sure. Although with that said, I've gone way over time, so at this point in time, what I'm probably going to do is take a break here. We'll just let things run onwards, and yeah, I'll be splitting this episode into 2 parts. It's so easy. It's so easy to just get things rolling, and ooh, this is declined. Yeah, not shipping any fuel. And only 34, wow. Wow. Hopefully this can recover. We do have a lot of stuff in transit, that's the thing. We have crude oil sitting here, waiting for delivery. Yeah, I bet that. And that got picked up. Anyway, at this point in time, what I'm going to do is take a break here, and we will continue off with more Transport Fever European Freeplay series in the next episode. I would like to get to passenger transportation, although with that said, I do kind of want to get out of debt. If I can get to a situation where I'm eating through my loan and just getting into nice profitability like right now, $3.11 million. It is the middle of September. We have 3.5 months remaining. This will definitely ramp up close to maybe 4 million. We're well on our way to do reasonably well, pay off the loan pretty quickly, and have a good base of income to really ramp things up. And especially once the next vehicle comes out, our lines will be producing overtime. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever European Freeplay. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SBGaming. And as always, have a good day.